to Northumberland, hoping for a bargain at one of Britain's most impressive castles.
You're not going to sell them to me, are you?
And T hopes he's not going to get shafted.
All right, T. Stop crying.
At a reclamation yard in Essex, some impressive stock has Drew spellbound.
I want to give in straight away because I love it. Give in.
And in Northamptonshire, some fairground mirrors threaten to leave him reflecting on what could have been.
Could they be for sale?
No, you can't really put a price on this kind of fun.
Drew's about to.
Drew Pritchard is one of Britain's leading decorative salvage dealers.
Wow.
Oh my God, blimey. Very impressive.
A turkey. Not for the first time.
Ding dong.
In his hunt for treasure,
They are not for sale.
he bargains hard.
4,500 for the pair.
Wow.
And there's nothing he won't buy.
How much does one of those run for?
About 150,000.
With help from his wife Rebecca
Hey, that was a quick turnaround.
and a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items, from junk to gems. As dawn breaks in North Wales, it's an early start for salvage expert Drew Pritchard and his colleague T. They're travelling 5 hours north to an impressive castle on the Northumberland coast, and Drew's hoping to buy some of its equally impressive contents. Bamburgh Castle stands on a massive 150-foot-high basalt crag overlooking miles of stunning coastline. The rock has been occupied for over 5,000 years. The first stone castle was built by the Normans in the 12th century. Impregnable until the 15th century, it eventually fell under cannon fire during the War of the Roses. Bamburgh was the thriving centre of Northumbria during medieval times. Today, it's an attractive, historic little village with only 300 residents, nestled at the bottom of Bamburgh Castle.
That looks incredible, doesn't it?
Looks like it's floating. Look at that. Wow.
Look how big that is. How many rooms has that got?
It looks mythical, I was thinking.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it's
Almost looks
astonishing.
that we get something of real worth here. You know? I mean, look at it. Imagine trying to attack it.
Well, we're kind of on a bit of a raid ourselves, aren't we?
Francis Armstrong is the current owner, and Chris Calvert is the director of Bamburgh Castle, helping with its day-to-day running. Francis's ancestors bought the castle over 120 years ago and have looked after it ever since.
The first Lord Armstrong was my great-great-great-uncle, and basically the building's just passed down from generation to generation. We're all sort of, it's not so much owning it as being a caretaker and passing it on to the next generation. The first Lord Armstrong bought Bamburgh in 1894 for £60,000 then, and he started to restore it. He didn't see the end of his work, he died.
What we're hoping to do next year is to open up 2 or 3 more spaces for visitors to see. So that's meant condensing and sorting out the kind of things that we had just stored in these areas. A lot of it has gone to skip, but we've got some items that we think are the kind of things that Drew would be interested in.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hello. How you doing?
Oh, hi.
Good to meet
Frankie
you.
Armstrong, nice to meet you.
Drew, how you doing?
T.
Chris.
Nice to meet you, Frankie Armstrong.
How are you? Blimey. That takes your breath away, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a bit cold, but...
Northumbrian northeast breeze, it's fantastic.
Was that what it is?
Yes, it wakes you up.
Yes, it does. The place is amazing, and let's be honest, I'd love to have a look inside because it's in the landscape and it sits and it looks terrifying. It looks what it's supposed to be. It's a castle you could defend. Driving up to the castle is an experience in itself. Walking in is another one. It is just mind-blowing.
Come through then, gentlemen, please.
Wow. It's very impressive, yeah. This is, God, it's really comfortable as well, isn't it? Wow, look at this. That's amazing. Wow, it's incredible condition it's in.
Well, we're very lucky that the public come through and help us keep it standing, really.
Wow. So you've got arts and crafts pieces sort of everywhere, yes, with a little bit of Gothic in there, and then you've got sort of full-on neo-Gothic in there as well.
Yeah.
False hammer beam ceiling. 300
Blimey. We'll walk quite fast through there then, shall we? The interior is magnificent. The condition is unreal. It's almost like it was built yesterday. But the feeling inside here as well is you're actually quite comfortable. And these can be quite unfriendly, uncivilised, cold places. And this one isn't, strangely.
Most of the items within the castle walls are an irreplaceable part of its history and not for sale. But Drew's been given the heads up that Francis has 2 old display cabinets that are surplus to requirements.
So what are we looking at? Are these the cabinets?
Do you know where they came from?
They're probably British Museum.
Tower of London.
Tower of London?
And I've got provenance, I've got a letter to prove it.
Really?
These sarcophagus museum display cabinets, built in the 1930s, they could have a value of £1,000 each.
I've got 2. Matching pair.
A matching pair.
He's in another, you'll see the other one later.
They are incredibly difficult to sell.
Really?
They are. Because they don't have a great deal of use bar retail display or museum. That's it. They can't be used for anything else and they can't be adapted. I'll reserve judgment for now. I know you want to get rid of them. Can we go and have a look at the other one?
Yeah, this way.
The case is I'm going to have to be very cautious about buying them, purely because 2 things. They're going to take up an awful lot of room and they're not very saleable immediately, but they are a good example. They have got hassle written all over them.
Hopeful for a sale, Francis and Chris lead Drew to one of the castle's many outbuildings.
Okay,
More or less in exactly the same condition.
do I want these? I think it's just going to come down to price. They'd have to be so competitively priced. I mean, give them away, because otherwise they're just a problem.
What's competitively priced?
I'd have to be led by you really on these. They look great in your shop, full of door handles and bits of this, that, and the other. They look amazing. But try selling one. You know, so I cannot tie money up in these. If I can buy them for literally nothing, I'll buy them. They haven't got a great deal of age to them either. Do I want them? I don't really want them. £1 each.
Salvage expert Drew Pritchard is at Bamburgh Castle in Northumberland.
Wow, look at this. That's amazing.
He's been offered 2 museum cases, originally from the Tower of London, but he hasn't completely fallen for their charms.
I don't really want them. Not really. So I think if I was going to make an offer, it would be a paltry offer at £200 each. And that is no way respects what their true worth is.
In all honesty, what do you think the true worth is?
If you got them out into an auction house and found the keys and get all the stuff out of them, you could achieve £1,500 each or more.
They're just in the way. They're going to be emptied. They're going to be stored somewhere and spoil.
I'll get them away. I'll sell them. I'll just make them really cheap.
Sale or return.
Okay. Deal? We'll have those sold. Price them at £200 each because that was the lowest figure I could get to that didn't sound really rude. Because what I'm doing here is I'm buying something I don't really want to get involved in. But if there's some money to be made, I will. But what I've done now is I've bought them so cheap that I can sell them really cheap and hopefully get them away.
The castle is an impressive and vast place to visit, but most of its contents are listed and strictly off limits to Drew.
Thank you.
Okay. So this is the keep.
This is the keep. Yeah, correct.
Just shut the door there. See?
Why is the door like that shape?
Door shaped like that, allegedly, so if there was somebody in trouble outside on a horse at night, could come charging in on his horse, and the door shaped like that. So. Kind of been a very big guy, but I think
I was just thinking, or you had one really big bloke.
Sort of,
Yeah, big
second row Welsh forward or something.
And you've got all this graffiti.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, dating back
1735, 1722. Wow. We've moved into the keep, which is one of the oldest parts of the castle, and for me, I think probably the most interesting. This room would be where the entirety of the occupants, including Walk 45 metres through solid rock, so they've got water for the animals. It's absolutely fascinating. And again, the condition is unreal. What I'm seeing in the whole building is there's not a lot of clutter. There's bits, and there's some really attractive sort of, mounted horns and various things like that. So storage rooms, I'm hoping, is where all the bric-a-brac and the oddments and the broken pieces are, because they don't have a lot on display. Where are we off to now?
We're going to just have a quick peek in here. I'm afraid it's a bit like taking a diabetic in a sweetie shop, because you can't,
word.
You can't have most of it, but there might be a couple of little bits.
Ooh, the domes. Have you got the bases? No.
I'm not sure there are for those three. Got another one somewhere that is complete. So, no good. Oh, well, we're going to see that one then.
Yeah, let's go and have a look at that one. I might have a go at those ones. These three glass domes don't have the base, which is a pain, but there's another one that does have the base. So what I'm thinking, we can put 4 or 5 together, get the bases for the other ones made, sell them as a group. They always sell well, and they look fantastic in the shop or at fairs with pieces in.
So we were looking for a glass dome with a base on it. We'll even throw the doll in for Tea to play with.
You haven't got that one, have you?
No, not in the collection.
These 19th century English glass display domes were individually hand-blown by skilled Victorian artisans, designed to display prized objects and keep them free of dust and dirt. Once refurbished, they could sell for $200.
So the ones without a base, and then this one with the base.
We'll make an offer, Drew, I don't know.
Well, the other three without the bases are just a problem, really. They're sort of spares, and you can't do a great deal with them. This one here, I'd probably, if I had to, go a maximum of £100 on it. I wouldn't pay any more for it. It's just what it is. It is what it is.
Take the boss's hand.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers.
I can pay £100 for all of the domes, can't pay any more. You can put them in a shop, or you can just have them at home with whatever you want to put in them. And it does make them look slightly more important, interesting, and definitely more attractive.
With buying opportunities exhausted, it's time for some fun.
Right, blimey, look at this.
Drew may have been bang on target with his offers inside, but
It's 3 fingers, and it's the old Boy Scouts. So look, these 3 here, so I usually just put my thumb and pinky together.
Yeah.
All right, and then you put them underneath your arrow. And then you basically just point it up at the target and let it go when you're ready.
As easy as that.
It's just as easy as that. Right?
Good that.
Ooh, nearly. I was aiming right for the middle of the head. Just pretend they're French. Yes, got him.
practice over. It's time to up the ante.
Right, T, the ultimate test.
Yeah.
You go and put that on your head. Stand over there. Go on, be all right.
Is this overtime?
Yeah, that's fine. Go on, I'm really good at it now. I'll put it this way. If I miss, you'll never know anything about it anyway. Shaking.
One, two, three. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I have for the week.
It's been fantastic. The whole day has been brilliant. Great to meet Drew and T. It's just been brilliant.
Chris and Frankie were great fun to deal with today. Instantly set us at ease and made us feel very, very welcome. Phenomenal castle. Breathtaking. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Safe journey, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All the best.
Cheers,
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Drew. Bye-bye.
And get all the tourists in and that, wouldn't it?
The thing I was surprised about was there was very, very little clutter. There was almost nothing there. Anyway, look, we got enough stuff to pay for the journey, but you know, we've sort of filled the van with one hit with low-value items, not what we want to be doing. So I have to say, this is probably one of the most impressive buildings I've ever seen.
Definitely the best castle we've been in.
It is, isn't it? Check it out. I mean, it's just everything, isn't it? Just unreal.
Our After the long drive south, Drew returns to his kingdom.
It's still cold. You feeling strong, chaps? We only bought a couple of things. But that's nice, isn't it? A nice original ebonite base with the red velvet all faded through. 3 of those as well. 100 quid? The 4?
That's very good.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine.
They're really popular at the moment. They're just a great little item to have in your house and put one of your favourite treasures inside and show it off.
They had museum cabinets, and we bought 2 because they were just ridiculously cheap. And you literally need to just wipe its face.
Museum display cases are a nightmare. The one, they take up so much room in this building, and 2, they don't move quickly. It's a certain project that can take that sort of huge...
Furniture restorer Alex sets to work making replacement bases for the 3 glass domes.
Now we attach this to the lathe and we'll turn the detail in the mouldings. There's our shape, perfect. It's already got a nice finish on, so it's ready for painting now. And we can age it up like the existing one. So to get the ebonised look, we use a blackboard paint, and then we'll take a blowtorch to it for a little while. And that'll just crackle up the paint, age it a little bit. So for the final finish now, we've put some beeswax on. So we've got a nice thick coat on now. And by burning it, it turns it into liquid. It sinks right into the grain of the cloth, and it gives the perfect finish. That's come out really well. So if we contrast the 2, you can see we've got 2 matching finishes. Yeah, ready to go back to the shop for selling.
Drew's had a tip-off about a reclamation yard loaded with interesting stock. After only buying a few items from Bamburgh Castle, he's keen to fill the van. But it'll be a trip of 5 hours to the leafy village of Little Lees in Essex to get there. Saxon Durrant is the director of Metro Retro Limited. The company is based in an old Apple store.
I've always loved old stuff since I was a kid. My way in is attic, which I loved when I was like a 5-year-old. And I just haven't looked back since. I started the business when I left university in '94, so just over 20 years ago. This is me, this is what I do.
He sells bespoke and vintage furniture and supplies props to films and magazines.
I think there's stuff for him here that's more his market than my market. Hopefully we'll fill his van nice and full, and it'll be going down with the springs down here somewhere.
Saxon.
Hi, Drew.
Drew. Hi.
I'm Saxon.
How you doing?
I'm T.
Hi, T. Good to meet you.
What are you making?
Benches, tables, bar stools, shop counters. These are all going to Switzerland.
Oh, wow.
To a restaurant called Holy Cow.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the colour you're putting on there.
We've got a hazelnut crushing department around the corner.
We'll see that later. Yeah. Well, these are great, but also you've got some older stuff for me to have a look at,
yes.
Yeah? Can we have a look?
Of course.
Cool. What I want to see is his vintage, antique and retro. That's what I'm interested in. Today, hopefully, we can buy a lot of stuff. Got a fairly empty van, and that really is a problem. Last week was a bit empty as well, so we've got to buy plenty. Wow, it's fantastic. We have very, very similar taste.
It goes on.
Love it. Where do I start? It is almost perfect. I absolutely adore it. It looks the business. I love everything so far. Is this something you've made?
No,
That's right again, just missing a
pretty
case.
much as I bought it. There's a little bit of mahogany off the end. I think one bit's been replaced.
Yeah.
But they didn't finish doing it before I bought it.
I like those.
Yeah.
I like those.
These elegant wrought iron retail shelves from around 1920 would have been handmade to order and could be worth £600.
I absolutely adore it. It's almost perfect. If it had the old thicker greeny tinged glass on the shelves, not modern ones, that was the only thing that could really improve it. It's just got the lot. It's just an improbable piece that you'd never get today. Beautifully put together, simple and completely unrestored, just the way I like it. So what sort of price would that be?
As it is there, 2.5.
2.5. I want to give in straight away because I love it. Give in. 2.5. Any better or what's it? Is that trade? Full trade?
Salvage expert Drew Pritchard is visiting Reclamation Yard Metro Retro in Essex, and he's in his element.
No, I love all of it. It's great. It's just my type of thing.
He's spotted some wrought iron shelves, but will he be willing to pay the £250 that owner Saxon wants?
Any better or that's it? Is that trade? Full trade?
240.
Oh, don't worry. 2.5. Come on, let's have it. Love that. That's going to be a difficult one for me to get rid of. I really like it. Love that. German?
German. East Germany. Supposedly came from an aircraft factory.
That's wonderful.
Which kind of makes sense with this moulding here.
It's fab. Well, I love that. That's totally cool. It's work, but, you know, that's all right. German industrial chest of drawers in steel with a heavy, thick timber top and a wonderful sort of aircraft-like pair of spandrel supports to the base of it. Really, God, cool. Filthy dirty, just the way I like it. And the best thing about it, it's not missing a single part.
These engineers' drawers were made in Germany in the 1940s and could have a value of £1,200.
Yeah. So, go on, how much would that one be?
Needs to be about 400 quid.
Yeah. I'm looking around. There's a dozen pieces that I can see that I'm interested in. We can have a nice big spend here today. These are fab, aren't they? Mm. One thing that I've bought a lot of over the years are glove moulds. But what he has here are not the little shoe lasts, but these are for like cowboy boots or wellies or big industrial boots. And they're beautifully made on a little wrought iron base with a section with a handle to undo the heel to release the shoe once it's been made and the sole's been put on. I don't want to buy them all. I might buy 1 or 2 pairs and just sell those as a one-off and move on.
These 1960s metal boot formers were originally used to shape and make boots for the Ministry of Aviation. A pair could be worth £250.
They need to be 100 quid a pair.
Thank you.
With the boot formers in the bag, Drew really gets going as he finds item...
I like that a lot.
...after desirable item.
How much on these ones?
35 each on those. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I like that as well.
I need 300 for that, really.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll have that as
well.
Yeah,
okay.
Lovely. Excellent. At last, got some stuff to buy. Perfect. How much is he?
To you, 160 quid. Looks good from the front.
Yeah, I look good front on. So it's when you go side on, things go wrong. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
let's have that.
Okay, thanks.
It's a superb collection. It's just right up my street. It really is. These are great little lab ones. Just the colours are fantastic.
Yeah.
I like those.
40 quid each.
40 quid each sold. Thank you.
Good man.
Yes.
This seemed to end up.
This
like a giant tyre.
I like the look of.
It's lovely, isn't it?
I was hoping you weren't going to say it's lovely.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it's horrible old rusty old thing. Is it for getting into planes?
I was sold it as an orchard ladder.
Oh, okay.
Which feasibly it could be, in that it's got the legs and it's freestanding.
I've never seen one.
Maybe an orchard ladder from Chernobyl or something like that.
A Cold War orchard ladder.
Post-apocalyptic.
This bespoke 1950s freestanding work ladder, used to climb without the need for a supporting wall, could sell for £700.
So how much is that one? As is. Don't want anything doing to it.
As it is, as a piece of one-off sculpture.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. He's turned it on now. Get in. I absolutely love it. I think it's brilliant. God, it's a bloody sculptural or what? It's a fairly useless thing to own, but it's really quite beautiful and sculptural as an object. And it goes back to that thing that I always love, which is a bloke in a shed is making something. He's being told to make a set of ladders that he can move around that stand independently. And instead of making something ugly, he's made something beautiful. That's what I like. Simple thing, made beautiful, for almost no money. And now it's something that I can buy.
Anything that makes you taller as well, isn't it?
That's it. If I could get somebody cheaper, I'd say.
They wouldn't live in the van though, would they?
Today was more or less perfect. I met another new contact and I was able to buy in bulk at the right money. All of the items I bought I absolutely love. All of them I've got customers in mind for, and they've all been bought at the right price. So, perfect really. Almost a bang on 100% day.
It's thinner than me. He's got a better body.
He has actually got a better figure than both of us. Right. Thanks for the business.
No worries. Good to meet you.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
Thank you. Had a great day.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Super.
Thank you.
See you again. Good luck.
You come again.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Back in Wales, Drew can't wait to show the team his new stock.
We've got some cracking.
Thrilled, and we are. We've got so much stock.
Sparks fly as Carl gets to work on a minor repair to the metal ladder. And furniture restorer Alex has been given the unenviable task of getting years of oil stains off the wooden top of the engineer's drawers.
The top's soaked in oil, so it's gone really black, and really you can't use it because it will stain everything it's touched, really. So we're using the acid, which will draw the oil out. This is not something that people should try at home. It's a dangerous chemical. So we apply the acid now. As we apply it, it goes on like water, really. And as it dries, it'll crystallise on the surface, blanketing it over.
Carl finishes welding the repair. Alex's endeavours have paid off.
So our acid has dried, and it looks like it's worked quite well. There's still a few oily stains, but a few isn't a problem. So what we'll do now is we'll wash it off very carefully, and then we can finish it. So the important thing with waxing a piece of furniture is to make sure you get the wax deep into the grain of the wood. It needs to sort of build a smooth surface as it dries out. So the important thing is to rub it in really well.
Then a brief blow with a very fetching hairdryer, and it's job done.
Yeah, very happy with that.
He may have bought a load of stock from Metro Retro, but Drew can't afford to rest on his laurels. He's travelling 3 hours to Kettering. Kettering is a market town in Northamptonshire. The area boomed in the 19th century with the development of a thriving shoe and boot industry. The wealth that it brought is still in evidence today through distinctive Victorian architecture throughout the town.
We are going to see Oliver at Wixted Park.
So what's in this park then? Anything?
Well, you just don't know, but with something this big, there's got to be something. And it's been around for, I think, nearly 100 years as well, so hopefully.
Wixted Park is on the outskirts of Kettering. It was given to the town in 1913 by Victorian industrialist Charles Wixted, who owned an engineering company that supplied park equipment. 7 acres of Grade 2 parkland has an arboretum, 30 rides and attractions, and a boating lake. The park is run as a charity and is free to enter. Oliver Wixted is the chairman of the Wixted Charitable Trust.
Charles Wixted was my great-grandfather, and members of our family have been involved with Wixted Charitable Trust for generations, right from the beginning. The history of Wixted Park goes back almost 100 years. It's our centenary in 2016. The redevelopment process that we're going through at the moment means that we are reviewing the use of a number of old buildings, and there's a lot of clutter in there, and we need to clear out the clutter so that we can reinvent these buildings or simply restore their historical use.
Oliver?
Drew, good to meet you. Welcome to Wixted Park.
Hello.
T, nice to meet you, to show you. I hope you can find stuff that's interesting and suits the kind of thing you're looking for.
Yes,
We know
please.
we manage.
Excellent. Yep. It's sort of beautifully quaint and old-fashioned. Just takes you back. I vaguely remember places like this when I was a child in the 70s. There was like a Lido down in Ross-on-Sea and the old fairground rides. This is quite a park. It's going to be interesting.
Right. This is the Coronation Building.
So what was up here? Was this always a dumping ground for stuff? Or?
No, not at all. What you will see is that this used to be the projection block just here,
Yeah.
and that actually it was a cinema. But it is this section at least, one of our many dumping grounds that needs to be resolved and cleared out.
Right up your street.
Right, good.
Oh, thank you.
So if this lot is all to go,
Well, not necessarily all.
not all,
But we're always...
the theatre, the pictures, as we used to call it, initially when we came up, I thought, perfect. I'm just thinking there's going to be backdrops here, and there's going to be sets, and there's going to be this and that and the other. Unfortunately, there was nothing on first inspection. And I think everything up here is new-ish. You know, sort of 20, 30 years old at best.
But just as Drew's about to give up hope, a pile of old fairground mirrors catches his eye.
Ooh. They're really valuable. They're really interesting. They're incredibly desirable. I looked in one, it made me look short, fat and bald. They're amazing things. How many is that? 1, 2, 3,
6,
4,
8, 10,
5,
about a
6,
dozen, I suppose.
8, yeah. Oh, my word.
And this would have been just one room, which was completely blacked out, apart from these. These are not new.
These are worth thousands. And for that many mirrors, in that condition, and they're all big, and they're all the same size, and they're all really nice, you know, I could pay a few £1,000s for those. Easily £6,000, £7,000 for that many. I've just sold some of these, and I got 1,500 quid each.
Really?
Really.
How old were they?
They were older than this, and they were slightly differently cased. I've never seen them cased in this way. Usually, this would be infilled. Do you still use these?
Yep.
Could they be for sale?
Nope.
At any price?
Nope, no price.
Really?
You can't really put a price on this kind of fun.
Drew's about to. I'm trying to think of a price I could try and tempt you to sell them.
Salvage hunter Drew Pritchard is at Wicksteed Park in Kettering. He's keen to buy some fairground mirrors.
Oh, my word.
But Wicksteed's owner, Oliver, isn't having any of it.
You can't really put a price on this kind of fun.
Not that it stops Drew from trying.
I'm trying to think of a price I could try and tempt you to sell them to me for. There isn't one.
There isn't one. There isn't.
They're worth thousands. Good few thousand quid, these.
Probably. But with something like this, it isn't about the value. It's like this whole place. You can't value a place like this because of what it represents. And this is just a really important part of it. And to have something like this just being sold to a private individual, as opposed to being enjoyed by generations of children, this is the point of why these things exist.
I feel guilty now for thinking about it, even thinking about it. I've got children. I know how much fun they'd have out of it.
This is the railway, the original
The
track of the
railway's here.
railway. Along here.
Tie us to that later. So far, we're drawing a blank. But it's a very big place, and it's been around nearly 100 years. There must be something.
Let's hope so. It's been a long journey to get here, and Drew needs to start buying to make the trip worthwhile.
Looking a bit tired, this room. I was waiting for that tea. In this game, you just have to keep going. You have to keep looking. Oh, look at that. Supercar, fiberglass one. Still, that would be... Oh, you've got loads of them.
We have.
And what are you doing with these?
They are gathered.
I thought, bingo, perfect.
As with so many things here, people remember. I remember doing that when I was a child.
Yeah.
And I do. I sat in one of these when I was about 3 years old.
I'd definitely be interested in as many as you'd like to sell. A lot of the stuff we'll buy is sort of automobilia, and these fit right in.
These rides were made in the 1950s and 60s by Warwickshire-based manufacturers Supercar, who were also well known for making dodgems. Although in need of restoration, the cars could be worth £500 each.
Before we start moving anything, what do you want for them? Would a couple of £100 each buy them? I think that's probably where I'm at, to be honest with you. If these were tin or steel, it really does.
Another option would be to agree a price which is quite modest and then share the profit you make at the end of the day.
No, I'll buy two outright.
Okay.
I'll take the other ones and I'll sell the other two and give you all the money.
Okay, and you're buying them outright at £2.50 each?
Yes.
Do. Thank you.
That's fair enough. And I think we'll get you a handsome profit. Oliver came up with the idea of splitting the profits, something I don't like doing. It's just messy. So what we did, as it's a charity, I said, well, look, let me buy 2. I'll take 2 of yours, we'll put them together and sell them and give you the money. So he's happy, I get to buy the 2 that I want. Everyone's a winner.
Before Drew and T head off, there's just time for a quick trip round the park.
Oh, this is lovely.
Beautiful. Welcome
isn't
to
it?
the Wicksteed Park Railway, the busiest light railway in the country.
Luckily, these seats have got plenty of room, isn't there, T?
Happy to go and sit on the
Yes. Come on, mate, put your foot down.
The narrow gauge railway opened in 1931, and today it carries 200,000 passengers a year.
This is the scary bit.
Is it? T, stop doing that. Coming for weeks.
I deserve it.
Deserve that, yeah. That's great fun.
It was.
That's very nice. Oh, got a crash, T.
Intriguing, fascinating day. Really good to show somebody that doesn't know Wicksteed Park the park, and really good that we've found some stuff that we can give a new life to. It's been a very special day.
Good, aren't they? The back ends and nice. Great day, great place. Oliver's good fun. The items will work out really well. Keep them under 500 quid. They'll sell all day long. It's a wonderful place, and I still can't believe you can just wander in here and have this all for nothing. It's
Thank you very much for your hard work.
a wonderful place. Amazing. Amazing. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
indeed.
Bye-bye.
Cheerio, chaps.
Right then, that was interesting, wasn't
That
it?
was a lovely day walking around the park.
Bought enough things to make a profit. I reckon there's a 400 quid profit in the 2 of them.
Shall we head off?
Yeah. M1 North.
Back in Conway, there's a gale howling, but will the cars Drew bought blow the team away?
Brought the wind back.
Hey up.
Oh,
Curry last night, was it? A bit of wind.
dodging cars? No.
No, they had motors on them. Got to be worth that all day long.
The profit that Drew's looking at on these cars, I think's a bit higher than I've got in my mind. So we'll have a little gamble on this one, I think.
Naughty.
Where's your hat?
Where's your hat, yeah.
His little hat on it.
Inside, the new bases have been fitted to the glass domes from Bamburgh Castle, and the display cabinets are polished and ready to go. From Metro Retro, the repaired ladder, the engineer's drawers, and the wrought iron shelves are restored and on the shop floor. Outside, the supercar chassis may only have just been unloaded, but there's already a prospective buyer on the horizon. Franklin Carter has come to look around Drew's showroom, and he just happens to be in the market.
Decorating my man cave at the moment, and I'm looking for some really interesting pieces to put in now. And this is just ringing all the bells.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's excellent. The asking price?
£500. Yeah?
No, we could definitely do that.
We don't supply it with an MOT. Imagine a Scalextric, but in a huge sizing.
Yeah.
And that's what they were. They were
Okay.
steered round, and the kids pretended that they could steer them.
Excellent. We'll definitely take it. That is lovely.
Is that all right?
Thank you very much, Rebecca.
Great.
Superb.
Okay.
The first thing that attracted me to them was the colours. They were nice and bright and vibrant, and I've always loved things from the 50s. And to have that retro in my home, perfect. Perfect. Loved it.
Guess what?
What?
I've got to eat humble pie. No.
£500.
Humble pie.
Fantastic. They're perfect.
I know.
I know what I'm doing.
Humble pie.
Yes.
Humble pie.
Keep it coming.